Over the last few days, since we laid our hands on this issue of NDDC, issues of the students on scholarship by the NDDC have come up. And today, we spoke with 4 of those students who have one issue or the other about the status of their study abroad. Take a listen to them.
No, I am doing a master's in law. Inoma is doing a PhD. And all of us, none of us have gotten any of the monies from the Nigeria Data Development Commission. People resumed in September, some resumed in January. Nobody has received any payment from the commission. No payments. The schools have written countless emails to the NDDC. The NDDC has not had the courtesy to return or to reply any of the emails from the institutions. The institutions are fed up, and as of now, they have transferred the tuition debt to the students themselves. I for one, I have to 28th of July, which is in 11 days, to pay my tuition or my studentship will get suspended.
Well, Shegun, it's a fortunate situation we're finding ourselves, a very difficult one at that. And it's unfortunate that we have gotten to this point. Well, I'm studying cybersecurity at the Montfort University, Leicester. I'm also doing my master's. For me, it's been a tale of horror, if I would say, because we were surviving before the COVID-19 came in. We were doing many jobs to survive, but when everything got shut down, for me, it became so difficult. Shegun, I had to write to the agency in charge of my accommodation to see if they can actually suspend my payment of my rent for a little time, which they refused. Because according to them, people will have to still pay bills in that accommodation even if I stay there for free. They haven't paid they haven't paid anything regarding my tuition. As a matter of fact, I have received 3 mails. 3. The other one I received, I had to write to the school telling them, look, there's a change of management in NDDC. That is why they have not been able to pay. I was making excuses. The last one I had this month, I wrote to them, and because somehow one of our colleagues got the number of the IMC, the MD of the Internal Management Committee of NDDC, and he assured us at some point through WhatsApp, through my colleague, he informed us that, look, I had a chat with the MD, and he said it will be 2-3 weeks' time. I relied on that information, and I told the school to give me 1 month. And that 1 month will expire by Wednesday next week. No, and I don't know what to do.
But in our own case, from the letter that we were giving, they're supposed to be paying our fees for 3 years, and it's quite disheartening that we're going to wait for an entire year to get our fees paid for the first year. And then we'll start fighting again for the next one. And then we'll fight again for the next one, at which point the university will no longer trust us or believe that our word is good for anything. It's so painful. Some of us are mothers. Some mothers left their children because the NDDC promised that as soon as we got here and opened accounts, they were going to send us the monies for our upkeep and then pay the school fees. But unfortunately, it's almost a year now and nothing has been paid. So many people are suffering, in very different ways, and it's so painful to me that I'm going to be suffering for another 3 years. The university keeps sending me these emails asking me to pay up because, I came here with a sponsorship and it's no longer working because something sinister actually happens with the NDDC. They send these scholars out and then they cut all communication with us. You're not going to be able to reach them. All the email addresses that we received that we're supposed to, contact them with, you send emails and nobody responds. The schools send their own emails and nobody responds to the schools. So obviously, the school is going to think that something strange is going on here. We're being looked at as maybe criminals, liars, because we said somebody is sponsoring us. And then it's not just the school, it's the UK government. What happens if the school gets tired? The school is sponsoring you to be here. And the school says, we can't trust this person. We're not sure that anybody's going to pay their fees. And then the school takes your name to the Home Office. What happens then? Some of us could be deported. We could be asked to leave the country because, we're liars, we're criminals. Nobody's paying.
The academic year was supposed to commence last year, September 2019. But the funds, the takeoff grant that wasn't given to us, NDDC never remitted any takeoff grants to any of the scholars. Most of the scholars that are in the UK and the US studying today, they went out of their way to source for funds outside to be able to travel. And I wasn't that lucky. That I don't have any political associates because there's this news that is online that most of the scholars either political associates or they have somebody in the board or something. I don't know anybody from anywhere, and I came in on my own. And if I had known someone, I don't think I would still be in Nigeria. Even when I went to the board to seek for financial assistance from part of my scholarship award money, I was actually not given any response up till this minute, up till this moment. Actually, I actually lost my first. I lost my first admission before I got the new one. So the admission is still valid, very very valid. I have been communicating with them. It's just the sponsorship that is the problem right now.
Okay.
And
So
unfortunately, the NDDC are not responding. They're not responding to our emails. They're not responding to all our messages on the media. Nobody is willing to call us. We are a number of us in Nigeria, and we are willing to show ourselves with our proofs. But nobody. This is my letter. This is my award letter. None of the NDDC members are even ready to even attend to us or even hear us out. We even begged them to call us. We are not ghost scholars. We are alive. We are human.